Hello, I'm James Brian Graves, a computer scientist, researcher, educator, and community organizer. I've been working as a contractor for Hubzero off and on since 2015. Hubzero is based in San Diego at the San Diego Supercomputer Center, SDSC, at UCSD, University of California at San Diego, but I'm currently based in Amsterdam and welcome to my office in the Netherlands. What is Hubzero? I'm glad you asked. The Hubzero Platform is an open source cyber infrastructure where research teams can host analytical tools, publish data, share resources, collaborate, and build communities. The Hubzero Platform originated from the NanoHub project in 2002, and 18 years later, the platform now collaborates directly with over 35 hubs or science gateways using Hubzero's framework, all hosting research projects. These projects can range from hard sciences, such as civil engineering, differential equation modeling, geospatial modeling, and even soft sciences, such as intercultural learning and K-12 education. Today, I would like to tell you about HubDrive, a prototype collaboration tool for teams which facilitates the content management in the Hubzero CMS, for example, around projects and publications. In 2018, Michael Zentner of Hubzero and Gerhard Klimek of NanoHub mentioned the interest in a desktop tool which fits more into the researcher's workflow, not unlike Google Drive or Dropbox. I had already been working with the Hypercore protocol, formerly the DAT protocol, and immediately saw the potential for implementing such a feature with this new peer-to-peer based technology. What is peer-to-peer? Well, I'm glad you asked. The traditional internet is built on a client-server architecture. This puts the server in a central role that serves data basically to end users. So if I have two people who want to collaborate, let's say Brian sitting over here and James sitting over here, and James wants to share a file with Brian, he first has to upload that file to the main server as a client, and then Brian's client needs to make a request to that server to get the file back. This has worked great, it's scaled. This is how Hubzero's infrastructure has worked for years and probably will continue to do so in the short term, but it has one minor flaw, which is if the server ever disappears, there's no redundancy to the content requested by Brian and shared by James. On the other side, there's peer-to-peer technology. In this case, you can have James here and Brian here, and Brian can make a request to James for a certain piece of content, and James can send that to Brian directly. Similarly, you can have a server acting also as a peer, interested in content shared by James, and also interested in content shared by Brian, but not so relevant in this particular use case. And if that server disappears, then this sharing can still happen. That data is still available. There's a redundancy there. Similarly, the ability of Hubzero to sit as a peer in that system allows it to pin content shared by James, and this is at the core of how HubDrive works. Content is pinned on that server, and while it's pinned on that server, it becomes available to the traditional CMS system and allows it to be easily integrated into our projects and publications components. Again, long since part of the Hubzero offering. DAT is a protocol for sharing data between computers. DAT's strengths are that the data is hosted and distributed on many computers on the network, and that it can work offline or with poor connectivity, and that the original uploader can add or modify data while keeping full history, all the while handling even large amounts of data. Is it secure? I'm glad you asked. DAT transfers files over an encrypted connection using state-of-the-art cryptography. Only users with your unique read key can access your files, allowing them to download, view, or reshare the files. To update the contents of DAT, users must have the right key. By verifying hashes during transfer, DAT makes sure that no data is altered or corrupted. As long as you don't share the read key outside of your organization, then the content will remain private. Here's a quick demonstration of DAT. We're going to make a directory called Our Amazing Research, and we're going to put some data there, some trivial data. Just going to echo Alice into Bob. Now we can just type dat share, and then dat's going to generate for us a special cryptographic URL, which James can then share with Brian. Hi, I'm Brian. Brian can then get that URL, quickly open up his terminal, and then type dat clone and paste the URL, not unlike Git. And just like that, with an open dot, getting a Finder window, you can see that the folder was easily transferred containing the data from James. Yep, got that data. Looks amazing. Now let's see how hub drive works. I'm doing some amazing research on homomorphic encryption with my collaborator, Brian. We would like to bundle that research into a Hubzero collaborative project and ultimately publish the results. Brian is a bit better at writing than myself, so I'll just drop the results in my hub drive folder so that he can get to work on that publication. The first thing I have to do is generate some data for the publication. Hub drive fits seamlessly into my workflow, and I can just simply use my terminal, create some output, put it in a folder, and now, by just dragging that folder into Hub Drive, I can create a Hubzero-based project with files that I can share with Brian. Looks like I got a message from James. Indeed. Yo, Brian, I added some output from the quantum encryption research. I guess I should start that publication. Yeah, indeed. I do see in my Hub Drive the QE output project. It's also synced with my Finder. The output's sitting there. Fantastic. Gonna just open up Hubzero here, go to projects. Ideally, it's gonna be there. Yeah, indeed, I see the quantum output project. Let's start that publication. Click Publications, Start Publication. Boom, done. Scrolling down, let's add that output. Here, yeah, there it is, output 1. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's rewind a little bit and have a look at what just happened there. Not only was James able to create a scenario where Brian had those output files synced to his local file system, but they were also available as a project with files attached in the Hubzero CMS system. Pretty amazing. We probably need a little bit more output than just that. I'm going to ask James for a little bit more output here. I think we need more output. More output? Well, he's not wrong. So let me jump over here. Again, my normal workflow. So I'll just run my script, output that into output to text, and then I can let Brian know that there is some new data there. Just added some. Okay. James added more data. Great. Let's have a look in the project. Already synced. Yep, it is, but something's off here. Ugh. What? The data's no good. Alright, I guess I'll just generate some new output here. Okay, yeah, remove the last data. Let's kill that. RM, yeah, yep, output 2, done. Should be deleted. Boom. Is it gone? Yeah. Looks gone to me. Hey, yep, great, thanks. Yeah, make more data, of course. All right, so let me run my script one more time. Yeah, okay. Should be all synced up now. Done. Great. All right, let's see. Is it there? Indeed it is. Let's select one, three. Looks great. I think our publication's ready to go. Let's ship it, man. Thanks.